Bob, I suppose rarely in a household do you find two people who are exactly the same age. You might, but it's probably more common that one spouse is going to be slightly older or younger than the other. How then do we handle the Medicare situation if one's turning 65 and one's maybe got a year or two to go?
Really simple. You know, it's not a simple answer because it's different for everyone.
Okay.
And so it depends on the employment situation with the spouse that's turning 65, or maybe it's the spouse that's not 65 that's still employed. They'll have some different options and so forth. The expensive option that sometimes people have to look at and so forth, and they have to make a determination, I'm not going to retire yet because it's going to be so expensive for this health care. Because if I were working and my spouse was not, and I drop my coverage to go on Medicare, then they have to go on Cobra, and they have to pay the full price of the insurance. Well, that can be $500, $600, $700, $800 a month.
Okay. Oh, wow. What's Cobra for those of us that don't know what Cobra is?
Anyone leaving employer coverage of a group of at least 20 or more is subject to, or they're entitled to Cobra benefits, where they can continue on with their health insurance, same one that the group is on, okay, but they have to pay the full cost of the insurance. Oh. They can usually keep that up to 18 months or sometimes 36, depending on the condition. So some people will decide, oh, I've got to work a couple more years because the Cobra would run out, and then I would have to go to some really expensive options. Sometimes with the Affordable Care Act, as everybody knows, that's kind of up in the air, and,
right,
and no one knows, and premiums are going through the roof and so forth. So it's just a matter of us sitting down with the person, going over their needs. Sometimes they have great benefits. The spouse might have great benefits. And it might be beneficial for neither one of them to come onto Medicare right now because there is a premium associated with Medicare Part B. And so some people say, well, why would I want to pay that as well as the other and have double coverage? And they're right. A lot of times we advise people to stay on the employer plan until they're getting ready to retire and quit working, yeah, rather than going on to Medicare. So everyone it's just a different animal with each person that comes in, you know, right, their situation and so forth. So we just have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. Of
course, and that's what you do here at LSS Insurance. It sounds complicated because guess what? It is. And that's why we're so fortunate to have Bob and the guys here at LSS Insurance to sit you down and make a plan, just go over everything and take all that anxiety away, because people get anxious, don't they?
They do, really do. Yeah, it's a big thing, especially with the costs of insurance these days and so, yeah, forth, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue all the time.
Yeah. So if you are not the same age as your spouse, or you know, older or younger, don't let that phase you either. Just come on in and see Bob here at LSS Insurance. They will sit down for free, as we've already said. They do not charge for any of these consultations, but they will be here for you when you decide what you need to do. So thanks very much, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you.